So my name is Njeri Clement, and I was born and raised in Kenya, Africa. I came to the US in 2006. I was invited by St. Cloud State University to talk about grassroots and women organizing in Africa. And so I came in the month of March, and I was one of the speakers, guest speakers, invited by the Women's Center to speak during the Women's History Month in March. I decided to just stay on and continue with my studies, and so I completed my bachelor's in women's studies, and right now I'm in grad school taking social responsibility.
My name is Mumbi Mwangi. I am a professor at St. Cloud State University, and I am also the CEO and president of Ngatha International, NGATHA, which is a not-for-profit organization that is registered in the state of Minnesota. What we do with the Ngatha International is that we raise money and support a project in Kenya that I started in 2007. We support orphans whose parents have died of HIV/AIDS. So what I do really is to reach out to the communities here in the US and see how they can be able to connect with communities in rural Kenya to be able to bring about change, especially in the lives of women and children in Africa.
So if you're doing work that the beneficiaries, if you will, of the work are in another place, how do you convey to people here that doing something on behalf of someone in another country affects their lives or is important for them?
I think really that is one of the concepts that is coming now, something that is very important in terms of the fact that we cannot live in the world today separate. We have to see the connectivity of all the parts of the world, all the countries of the world. HIV/AIDS epidemic in Kenya or in Africa or in other parts of the world is not necessarily separate from what is going on here. And when you get people, for example, in the US, to really think about the impact of HIV/AIDS into the lives of children and women, and also see that as a global phenomenon, then you get to really get them, get them be present to the fact that this is not just about Africa, or it's not just about the third world, it's a global phenomenon. And currently we are talking about being or living in a global village. We cannot talk about living in a global village if we are also thinking about the fact that we are separate and different in terms of cultures and families.
Are we doing on time?
Plenty.
Okay.
Oh. 3 minutes.
So, Njeri, so how does the work that your mother does, how do you think that indirectly or directly influences what you see in your future?
Before I came to the US, I was working with grassroots organizations. Back home, I was a member of Maendeleo Wanawake, which means development of women. I was also a member of other small grassroots organizations in Kenya. And so my involvement with women and the empowerment of women didn't just start now. It started, in Africa before I came to the US. And so I have always had a passion for women, and especially so after my mother came to the US. She left us when I had just graduated high school. And so I missed, that connection with my mom. And so I kind of, I did tend to, hang around women, and I started seeing the issues that they're going through. And so I think that's where my passion started. Now, connecting with Ngatha, this is my village. These are the women that I know. These are the women who I have seen their struggles. And they have dreams just like any other parent. It's only that they don't have the resources. They have visions. They want their kids to succeed. So coming here to the US, I told myself that I will gain as much knowledge as I can, build as many networks as I can and try and improve the lives of these women, because I made a commitment that I will make a difference when I come here. And they know that, because I made a promise that I will come back and make a difference. So having this organization and supporting my mom, I think is just a platform for me to achieve the dream that I've always wanted, and that I aspire to be able to improve the lives of these women and give them a chance, and also not just in terms of their own development, in their families, but also in their own lives, identify them. So who are they? Because in Africa, we come from a culture where you are identified as another person, either as a wife of or a mother of. But women are never given a chance of, defining who they are. And I think that is one thing that I really want to focus on and bring attention to these women.